It was a wretched night in Seoul, the kind of night that makes you wish you had never left the comfort of your mother's womb. The rain fell like the cries of an abandoned kitten in a dirty alley. Ji Chang, a mukbang streamer with millions of followers, was engulfing glittery food online in an endless dance with loneliness. Ji Chang, shrouded in the shadows of his room, sat in front of the webcam with carefully selected food based on current trends. This time, it was Daichang beef large intestines with kimchi as a side dish. Neon lights illuminated him as he swallowed his loneliness with every bite, the sound of chewing amplified through the microphone like a cry of desperation disguised as satisfaction. It was truly a sad spectacle. So, amid the blue light illuminating his pale face and the digital sounds enveloping him like an icy embrace, Ji Chang danced without end, trapped in his daily performance of digital hunger and amplified loneliness. The kitchen, a virtual stage of fictitious satisfactions, was his refuge from a world that had more wrinkles than an old grumpy and defeated man. His live broadcasts were the ticket to fame, even though the price to pay was a loneliness denser than the virtual crowd applauding him. One day he read one of the countless comments flooding in from his followers. "Ji Chang, I bet you've forgotten the taste of real life." Enlightening comment. Real life was overrated, he thought, but the idea clung to him like smoke to the ceiling of his room. He decided to abandon his virtual throne. It was like turning off the feed of his own existence, closing the digital door behind him and immersing himself in the real darkness of Seoul. He abandoned his virtual abode and plunged into the world like a stray cat searching for food in the trash. Outside were unfamiliar or forgotten streets, ancient smells and tired faces, a panorama that would make Disneyland seem like a damn utopia. He wished to turn back but pushed himself forward. On the street corner, he found a small bar with a sign that said Alibi, a dirty hole forgotten by God where cheap beer flowed freely and Chet Baker played on a loop. Ji Chang sat at the bar, the neon lights through the window tinting his face with an unhealthy glow. He asked the bartender for his favorite poison and lit a cigarette. The bartender, one with eyes that seemed to guard 1,000 secrets, threw him a glance as if he'd known him for a lifetime. "If you want to survive this hell, you have to learn to enjoy the burn," he said, pointing to his glass and smiling as if sadness were a sweet old friend. Ji Chang drank, nodded, and lost himself in the golden reflections of the liquor burning him from within. The night stretched out before him like an endless road, but at least now he had the taste of reality between his fingers. In that moment, he decided to abandon his influencer life and finally free himself from the digital cage he had built. He felt finally liberated. Years passed, slow as the aftermath of a night of binge drinking. Ji Chang became an icon at the Alibi Bar, a weathered piece in the battered puzzle of that place that hosted picturesque characters. He embraced the cynical beauty of real life, a beauty that tasted like expired whiskey and cheap alcohol. His act of abandonment was a resistance against the superficiality of virtual fame, against the embarrassment of mediocrity, and against the homogenization of the human being. Seoul's nights were no longer illuminated by the pale glow of his monitor. Abandoning the life of a streamer was like shedding a too tight suit. He stripped himself of likes and comments, freeing his identity from virtual boundaries.